Hello. Today we're going to talk about the scale and what can influence what you see on the scale and what you can do about that. So I think a lot of time when I'm working with people, they have a fixation on the number of a scale. They use that to track whether they have had a good day or a bad day, whether they are moving towards their success, or whether they've failed for today. And the first thing I want to say is your number on your scale will fluctuate quite significantly sometimes. Personally, like my scale weight will fluctuate about 2 kilos in this course of a week. And that really depends on a lot of different factors. So I'm going to go through some of them now. So first one would be whether I've trained late in the evening. If I have, generally your muscles tend to retain water, which will make your scale weight go up, but that's obviously just water. So something to be aware of. Another thing will be, what have I eaten the day before? Higher fiber foods sometimes will increase scale weight. Higher salt foods will sometimes increase scale weight. Having alcohol before bed, again, will increase scale weight because your body is retaining water. Water has a lot to answer for. Another thing to be aware of for females is that generally the week prior to your period is where you're going to have an uptick on the scale. And this can be even more significant, up to like 4 kilos. And then subsequently, as you kind of come onto your period in the week after, that's going to drop back down to kind of your real weight. Another thing that might be impacting you is poor sleep. Again, your body can retain water if you are underslept, or if you're out of your usual routine. Obviously, if you weigh yourself at different times of the day, that can also have a massive impact. Obviously, if you've just been to the toilet versus if you're weighing yourself just before you go to bed, you're going to have more food in your stomach. Those things are going to have an impact on what you see on the scale. So when I have someone message me and say, oh my gosh, I've put on 2 kilos in a week, that's very, very unlikely to be mass. And when I say mass, I mean your body fat or your muscle mass, which are the two main tissues that you have influence over with the amount of calories that you eat. And the reason I say that it's very, very unlikely to all be mass is that to put on 1 kilo of mass, like to actually make that into tissue, your body needs 7,700 calories in excess of your baseline. So for example, if I was doing my daily activities, I was going to the gym, I was waking up, I was going to work, blah, 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 and my baseline calories to maintain my body weight are 2,500, let's say, I would need to eat in excess of 10,000 calories that day to put on a kilo of muscle mass. And that's very, very unlikely to happen with people who are following a plan, trying to make positive change. And what it's more likely to be is a change in your diet, a change in the way that you're training, some more water retention. I've just missed out 2 things, actually. The other things that can impact are if you start to take creatine, that can increase water weight. And if you start to eat more carbohydrates, that can also increase water weight, because carbohydrates, when they store as glycogen in your muscles, will also retain water. So the thing I would say is take this all with a pinch of salt, like look at your trends over time. If your body weight is upticked by 1 kilo and then stays there, it's very, very likely that you've just had a change in diet, a change in routine, change in circumstance, and it's not necessarily going to be body weight. So, body fat. So please bear that in mind next time you have a freak out about the scale. I'm more than happy to have a chat with you, but just wanted to kind of get that information out there.